Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design.
Hey Hog Fanatics, we at Inside The Hawg Pen are thrilled to announce that SeatGeek is now a sponsor. As brand ambassadors, we're excited to share that SeatGeek is a ticket app that simplifies the ticket buying process for all your favorite events. They provide a 0 to 10 score for each ticket, with green indicating a good deal and red indicating a not so good deal. As a special offer, Hog Fanatics can get $20 off their first ticket purchase by using the code Inside Hawg Pen. Check out our socials for the link and remember to use the code Inside Hawg Pen.
Yeah!
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
This is where the fun begins. What is up, everybody?
But we've seen this movie before.
What's Sam Pittman known for?
I don't know.
Exactly. Is the Arkansas athletic program cursed? But you never know what the loudest mouth in the fan base and his wild band of misfits are going to say.
I have a river of Kool-Aid for basketball.
It's time to step inside the Hawg Pen with your host, Razorback Zach and Marcus MC Carlton.
Talk to you.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new episode of Inside the Hawg Pen. I'm your host from the Central Arkansas Hawg Pen, Razorback Zach, as always, and joined not by MC tonight. He is out doing the Lord's work in parts unknown, but I'm joined by one of our other members of the Hawg Pen, D-Mad. What's up, dude?
Hey, man. I just know that the fearless leader is here. He will take me to where I need to go, and I shall not question anything NIL has to say.
You really started that, didn't you? You really went. I mean, I can't blame you. Well, we'll get into all of that. But real quick, before we get started, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., Dave Ellswick, 101.1 FM The Answer. We'll have that link of the live stream here on our page starting at 7 tomorrow. But at the 9 o'clock hour here, Central Time Zone, you can check out Razorback Zach, me, on the Dave Ellswick Show, talking about this NIL crap. And so we got a big show tonight. I know I'm missing my counterpart, but I got D-Mad here, and we got a lot to say because I've become unhinged in the Hawg Pen because our football program is in complete free fall right now. And, of course, Sam Pittman's comments of his press conference today didn't help either. Well, the schedule was also released, and how ironic is Pitt's comments and the schedule being released. I mean, we're gonna have our way too early outlook on the 2025 schedule, and then since MC's not here in his school of Hog Hoops, we're gonna have Razorback Zach's study hall of Hog Hoops as they come off an exciting, nail-biting, heart-stopping thrill ride of epic proportions as John Calipari and the Hoop Hogs go to Madison Square Garden in New York in the Jimmy V Classic and get their first ranked win of the season against Michigan. Oh, and that was
Is this going to be like having the substitute teacher in when I was in school?
Yeah, for the most part, but I'm going to try to, I'm not going to have as much knowledge as MC usually does. And then, of course, rounding out the show tonight is everybody's favorite segment, Hog Tour. All right, dude, let's get into this. And, we all thought the dark ages of Arkansas football was 2018 and 2019 with Chad Morris and the 4-20. I'm almost worried, and I'm almost to the point now, Dylan, where we're creeping up on that kind of proportion with this football team right now. And I get it. In today's age of the portal and NIL, you're going to have a mass exodus. But you've got names like Luke Haas, Isaiah Satania, leaving. You're getting some big names. So, what do you think is going on? I mean, is it the coaching staff? Because notice all these players didn't start saying they were leaving until after it was announced that he was coming back.
I don't know. I don't know if we're free falling faster than the guy that jumped out of the balloon from space, that guy from Red Bull. I don't know if we're having that type of free fall or what's going on.
My whole thing is again, and I said this last week with MC and special guest Matt Hart from Hog HQ. Either we've got a coach that can't recruit and can't evaluate players, or he's in way over his head and doesn't know how to get out of it.
Also, I don't know if you've heard DJ Williams. DJ Williams kind of called out some softness going on in the locker room.
Dude.
That was some damning stuff right there. Just to basically fill everybody in. Apparently DJ gets calls quite often from current players. And apparently some of the players that have been calling him have been offensive linemen complaining that Mateos is coaching them too hard, that he's not been talking to them respectfully. He's been kind of talking down on them. And he goes, what am I supposed to do? Or what are they supposed to do? I've been doing the same thing, calling out everything that's going on in the film room. And y'all just want, what do you want? Like,
they want to be baby. They want to be coddled. They want to be
soft as
that's the generation. That's the generation we're in right now. Is they want to be baby. They want to be coddled. They want to be handheld. I remember the days of Ed Orgeron, Jimbo Fisher, Nick Saban grabbing the face mask and getting these players. You can't do that now in this day and age.
And I don't remember what the guy's name is. Golly, I would hate myself for not remembering his name. Matt, the former defensive back, he was talking about how they didn't know if Reggie Herring or Bobby Petrino was the worst, like, get up in your face coach. But here's the difference. When he got up in his face, he knew that, like, yeah, he's going to be crazy about it, but he also still cares. So he doesn't, like, these players don't know if the coaches are caring for him. And so that's kind of what it comes down to is it, like, you can yell at a player all you want, but also show them that you care. So I don't know if that's the message that's not being sent across, you know?
Okay. Look, all right. Maybe I'm an asshole. All right. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not. We don't know. That's yet to be determined. All right. But here's the thing, okay? Essentially, college football is a business now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I'm sorry, and I know my boss is probably watching. I'm sorry, but if my boss came to me and goes, all right, now, Zach, you got to do your job, I think something was wrong with her. If I step out of line, hey, pull your head out of your butt, do your job.
This is what makes me really interested to see how the Bill Belichick experiment's going to go at North Carolina.
Funny you should mention that, because I feel like that was a dream when I heard that was announced. They are how in the hell did they land Bill Belichick? Okay, but that's another story for another time. Let's get back to this coaching thing, because
And
My brain is just not computing the fact that, oh, they're not talking to me with respect.
And I think I saw another media member was talking about it. They apparently have been going up to Pitt and talking about getting a raise and whatnot. And Pitt and all the coaches on the team have gone like, "Hey, bro, we went 6-6 last year.
If we had a winning record, not a 500 record, if we had a winning record, I'd say, to hell with it, pay them."
And here's the thing: if they stay their ass out of the portal, then we might have a winning record this year, and you could have that argument. But you
can't. But here's the thing: college football is going to live and die by the portal now.
Mm-hmm.
College. I mean, actually, let's just face facts here, D. College athletics, period, is a live and die by the portal.
There's got to be a change coming because there's no way that the NCAA is going to keep on allowing this to happen. Like, there has to be. I don't know if you can hear this truck outside.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. But I just think that we're going to have to get back to the time when if you transfer, you're going to have to sit out a year. I think that's what the main thing is going to have to turn into.
And unfortunately, and I and you and I don't agree on much sometimes. I firmly 100% agree with that statement. However, the days of that happening are gone. When you start introducing, and that's the problem with, and I'm going to show my age here.
Don't you dare say my generation. This ain't my generation.
You're okay. I will say some in your generation. I will say some.
Listen, Bo Nix is no longer playing, so that is the last one of my generation. KJ Jefferson, but that's never mind. Shut it down.
I see what you did there. No, but the thing about it, and again, here's all these real fans and true fans and everything else. If y'all don't like what I got to say, go. I'm coming unhinged. I'm coming unhinged.
Here's the thing.
Go find a propaganda show that pumps sunshine all the time,
where they don't tell you to donate to the NIL, but actually tell you to donate to the NIL. That show, whenever they get pressed on an issue of, hey, we've never told you to donate to NIL.
And if y'all don't know which one I'm talking about, do some research.
I'll name drop them. I don't care.
Damn. Okay, well, go.
Don't worry. They're funded by IMG and the University of Arkansas. Guess what?
Let me just do this right here.
Louder.
Well, here's the thing. Whenever you have a lot of, let's call it independent media, independent Arkansas media, come out and say, hey, do not blame the fans for this. There's no reason to blame the fans. Everything that is happening in Fayetteville, in those offices.
Yeah.
There's no reason to sit here and say, hey, this is the fans' fault because, we're not supporting them enough. No, we don't support crap. And that's what we've seen for the past 2 years is crap.
Here's the problem.
Whew. You ready, Zach? I'm ready.
Here's the problem, okay? Here's the problem. If you do something, if you do a mediocre job at your place of employment, Dylan,
they'll let me know.
Are they going to celebrate mediocrity? Hey, I lifted a box. Hey, I did this. Hey, you're supposed to do that.
See, here's the thing, and I know.
Why are we celebrating mediocrity?
Oh man, I'm ready. I'm ready for this crap today.
Well, seriously, why are we celebrating mediocrity when we won't even have a football team to take to Memphis to play Texas Tech?
My company that I work for has it has a performance goal every day, and if you don't hit that performance goal, they'll come and talk to you. Guess what? Every single person in life has a performance goal, whether they talk to you about it or not. Every single job's going to have a performance goal. And guess what? If you are not satisfying that, don't go up to the boss and ask for a damn raise. That's not how this works. I mean, you are an adult now.
I don't understand how, hey, we went 6-6. Yeah, it's an improvement over last year. But why is it that the benchmark that we're comparing all of this to is the Chad Morris era, when 20, 30 years ago, we were winning the SEC West back-to-back years. We were in the SEC title game. Now, granted, I get it. It was a different SEC back then. But that's something to celebrate, you know?
See,
Going 6-6 and depending on Louisiana Tech to get you to a bowl game, and y'all want to celebrate like we won the national title? Are you freaking kidding me?
See,
and I'm supposed to spend my hard-earned money to get tickets to a football game where these kids, they want all this money, they want all this recognition just to play like some kid on a PlayStation?
Zach, me and you went to Fayetteville last year, I think a couple of times, and we figured out to go to a game just for one person, for about a round trip from when I step out of my door here in Benton, Arkansas, to when I get back, it's going to cost me around $300. And
keep in mind, you're just I'm going to use this term loosely. You're just the average fan. You're not a Razorback Foundation member.
No.
Think about them, okay? Think about those donors on the low end. I'll give you a good example. All right, and I'm probably going to get my butt chewed for this, but I'm going to use him as an example anyway. James Harris, our sponsor of Harris Made Chef Services, who sponsors our trips to Fayetteville every now and then, okay, is a Razorback Foundation member, okay, who donates money. But that money doesn't go to season tickets. He has to spend that on top of his donation. So right there, with your donation and season tickets, you're looking at easily $3,000, $3,000 to $5,000 right there, okay? Then you add in the parking pass. Then you add in gas getting up there. Then you add in, if you stay the weekend, then you add in hotel reservation, which, by the way, hotels up there, they mark that stuff up, and it's a 2-night minimum. You can't just stay.
Don't forget the 2-night minimum.
Okay, that's another thing. All right, so you're easily spending $7,000-$8,000 as a foundation member for a team that celebrates 6-6,
and not to mention, let's not forget if you have to have a dog daycare or babysitters to come and watch the kids and the dogs. This is exponential pricing. And then you're asking the fans right on top of that, hey, man, give us $1,000. Have you not learned that Arkansas does not have that deep of pockets when it comes to the average income?
Wait. But Dylan, okay?
Sorry.
Me, I don't know. You're fine. But I've got a point. You, me, MC, the man formerly known as the Beard, Jesse, who's watching tonight. What's up, Jesse? And a bunch of other people from our staff took on the fan base. And everybody said, we should support them. It ain't about the money. It's NIL. It's NIL. It's NIL. If we had more money. Here's the thing. You did research over the summer, did you not?
I did. I brought numbers to this.
And I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Ole Miss has got an NIL collective of about $11 million, $8 to $11 million.
We were in the ballpark of being like, just to keep it honest, like we were like just below average in the SEC when it came to.
Okay, so give me a number. Give me a number that's average.
I mean, like there was like 4 or 5 teams that were at the 11 million to about 15 million range. So then you have Texas and all them at the top.
Yeah, then you got the big dogs. Here's the problem, okay? Tell me why teams like Missouri, teams like Ole Miss are getting double-digit win seasons, okay? And getting all these high-end players.
Vanderbilt
and Arkansas can't get a 3-star?
Vanderbilt.
You're paying a G5 player millions of dollars on an SEC team. There's a reason he is a G5 player.
Did you see the Vanderbilt that signed, or Vanderbilt just signed a former 5-star from Alabama?
Yeah.
If that does not tell you the state of our program right now, that we can't even take a player from freaking Vanderbilt, that is okay. Last year at the start of the season, I told myself, I don't think it's the roster. The roster's not that bad. Now, I've been telling you, Zach, I've been telling MC, it seems like the trigger puller all year was our biggest problem. If we could have someone that made a competent decision at the trigger pulling position, I'm gonna let anybody else guess what that position is because I don't want to be a butt as much of a butt tonight that I'm already going to be.
We need a censor button.
Oh man, you aren't kidding. But if we had just a congratulations to Mr. Maddox, but if
our
we
good friend Matt Hart over at Hog HQ,
if we can't beat out Vanderbilt for a player, what are we doing?
Do you realize that with Vanderbilt beating Alabama this year, we now hold the record of longest drought of losing to Alabama in the SEC?
Is it us or is it Kentucky and Mississippi State?
It's us.
Oh, I thought it was those two. Well,
It's us.
Well, it's okay because they only beat us 16 times in a row.
Okay, so I just got a text from a Razorback Foundation member. Okay, $1,000 donation to the foundation itself. Okay, he gets 3 seats. He gets 3 season tickets for football, 3 season tickets for baseball. All right, $450 a seat for football. Base value tickets are $60 to $70 on top of $195 per seat for baseball in the Hog Pen. In the Hog Pen. So,
how much is the Hog Pen?
$195 a seat.
And those aren't even guaranteed at this point either.
No. But the problem is, if we have the money, why are we not using it correctly? That's my thing. That's my thing. Hey, we're up against a break. What we're going to do is on the other side of the break, I'm going to play the comments from Sam Pittman. We've got the comment from Sam Pittman's press conference today. We're going to play that, and we're going to and it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling about what he said. But we're going to get to that on the other side of the break. You're listening to Inside the Hawg Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Back right after this.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design.
Hey, Hog fanatics! We at Inside the Hawg Pen are thrilled to announce that SeatGeek is now a sponsor. As brand ambassadors, we're excited to share that SeatGeek is a ticket app that simplifies the ticket buying process for all your favorite events. They provide a 0 to 10 score for each ticket, with green indicating a good deal and red indicating a not so good deal. As a special offer, Hog fanatics can get $20 off their first ticket purchase by using the code Inside Hawg Pen. Check out our socials for the link and remember to use the code Inside Hawg Pen.
Yeah!
It's time to step back inside the Hog Pen to the Mix Design Studios.
All right, welcome back to Inside the Hawg Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Razorback Zach and D-Mad Dylan Madden hanging out with you tonight. MC is off in parts unknown doing the Lord's work. He will be back next week. Before we get to these comments by Sam Pittman, D-Mad, I want to pose a question to think about. if I'm donating all this money, my hard-earned money, don't you think I have a right to see where it's going and what it's being used for?
I mean, that's a definitely a good possibility. Like, hey, don't just blindly throw money at something. That's kind of like the government saying, "I'm here to help." You know,
Those are the most dangerous words ever. Is I'm from the government. I'm here to help. But that's another story for another time. Roll the comments and we'll get to them.
all right, so we're gonna switch over to Twitter real quick. This is courtesy of Mr. John Neighbors. Thank you, Mr. John, for putting this on Twitter so everybody could see it.
Been a lot of decision making. You know, the portal comes two different ways. It comes by guys wanting to explore opportunities to go play somewhere where maybe they're not able to play here. There's the first one. The other one is financially. Obviously, they want to explore what their opportunities may be somewhere else financially. And then us as a staff, we've got to make all those decisions on whether the financial asking price is what we determine the value of the player is. And if it is, then we try to keep them here. If it's not, then obviously we wish them well. And if it's strictly about the financial piece, then we know at that point we'd be out of it. I do want to be.
Pause it right there. We'll pick that up in just a second. All right. Portal comes and it comes at you two ways. Let me fix your.
I was about to get to it.
I've waited a while to say this, but let me fix your face, Dylan. Here's the thing. It's not about guys wanting to come play. It's all about the cheddar. It's all about money. Okay.
And a lot of what's going on is tampering. Just call it what it is tampering.
I mean, think about it. Everything that SMU did in the 80s is legal now. Every single thing.
It's weird that it's all legal and SMU is in playoffs. I wonder if there's a connection there. But no. So what happens is these players, they have agents, and this is kind of what happened to Rodney Hill, honestly. In a way, this is what Rodney Hill went through. The agents will start shopping around these players and say, "Hey, man, how much would you give this player if he got into the portal? Hey, man, how much would you give this player?" And I'm not going to sit here and think, I'm not dumb enough to think, even though Hunter Yurachek might think this, that I don't think that Lane Kiffin is just waiting for people to call him and ask him, "Hey, how much would you give this guy?" I'm going to assume that Lane Kiffin is calling agents saying, "Hey, brother, we are open for business. We want people." That's not illegal. That's him calling an agent saying, "Who do you have open?"
Yeah, I get that. But tell me why. Tell me why we are so far behind the times if Hunter Yurachek embraces this program, embraces the Hog. Because right now, the fan base is eating itself alive.
Man. And the biggest problem with this whole situation right now is ever since the Missouri game, we've had one interview that's come from the football program. And actually we had two. One was the Liberty Bowl interview, which Trey Biddy asked a question that got shut down. But that was by the Liberty Bowl. But the second one came today. And this is the first time we've heard from Sam Pittman since Thanksgiving, pretty much. Like, I think they could have done a whole lot better. My wife's in the comment section. That's always good to know. But they could have head this off a little bit easier if they would have, I don't know, just communicated at one point saying, "Hey guys, we're going to lose some people that y'all aren't going to like. Trust us. Just trust us, trust us, trust us." Well, and, I probably would have been a little bit not as trusting, honestly. But
it's one of those things that, by the way, Ariana is not the only one. I'm getting texts from people doing the lyrics to that song. So they're making fun of me. And I think we need to make that a promo if MC can catch it. But the problem is the fans have lost faith in this coaching staff. They've lost faith. They've lost faith in Hunter Yurachek. Because
And I don't understand the
Yurachek
thing as much, honestly.
Put a pin in that real quick. Okay, put a pin in that real quick because well, you know what? I'm gonna save that for Hog Tour. I'm gonna save that one for Hog Tour, and I think you know where I'm gonna go. But let's go ahead and look towards the schedule for next year, and this is the team is in complete free fall. I'm a realist. I'm not gonna sit here and pump sunshine. All right, I'm not a temptation. I ain't got sunshine on a cloudy day. All right, I don't. All right, I'm gonna tell you just like it is. Our football team is in complete free fall right now. We won't even have. I guarantee you, we won't have a team to field against Texas Tech. They're gonna wipe us off the field anyway in the first quarter. But we're in complete free fall right now. But the 2025 schedule has been released, and it's a doozy. It's a doozy. You've got Alabama A&M in Fayetteville to start out. And then you come to Little Rock to play Arkansas State. And in the shape the team is in right now, D-Mad, that game makes me nervous.
Against Arkansas State?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you go.
Yeah, I don't like that game right now because.
And then you go to Ole Miss. You go to Memphis. You come home to play Notre Dame. You go to Knoxville. You play A&M at home. You play Auburn at home. Mississippi State at home. And then for the next 2 weeks, you go on the road to Baton Rouge, to Austin to play LSU and Texas respectively, and then you play Missouri. I don't see 3-9. I don't 2-10 maybe at the very least.
I am less hopeful for this next year than I am for last year. I had some hope going into last year. I don't have any going to next year right now.
Here's the thing. You don't have, and I want somebody come at me with, I'm not a real fan. I support losing. I don't like Pittman. Come at me with I want all the damn smoke. All right. I want it all. We all do here at ITHP because we tell it to you like it is. But tell me how this team goes 6-6 next year or better. Unless Sam Pittman pulls a miracle out of his bum hip, which is now fixed. Oh, I got a question from Casey, by the way. And Brett, by the way, we are going to do Hog Tour. So if you guys want and leave your questions and comments, we'll get to them in Hog Tour. But Casey says, is there any truth to Hunter wanting to jump ship too? I've heard. It is speculation. And his name has been rumored. But, I mean, at this point, do you blame him?
Not when people start calling him and texting him. That is the most Dylan, shut up! God, that is the most crossing the line thing I've ever seen us do. There's no reason to call that man. There's no reason to text that man. There's no reason to leave him voicemails. That is the most blatant disrespect. And that makes me sick.
Yeah. And I know we're jumping, but guys, here's the thing. All right. It's one thing to criticize on social media. All right. It's one thing to argue, banter, disagree, and all of this when it's amongst fans. But to put a phone number out there of this man, and y'all wonder why Looks like D-Mad's having some issues. We're going to get back to him in just a minute. So y'all are going to be stuck with me for a second. But y'all wonder why, Arkansas is the laughing stock. All right. Y'all wonder why Arkansas is the laughing stock. It's because we post phone numbers and tell people, leave him a voicemail to tell him fire Sam Pittman. And y'all wonder why we change coaches every 5 years. I don't understand. Like, somebody somewhere make it make sense. Somebody somewhere make it make sense, because here's the thing. With the program in free fall, as long, and I've said this many times, as long as the football program is operating in the black, as long as as the football program is operating in the black. By the way, Jordan is texting me. My girl Jordan is texting me and is saying the same thing about Tell Me Why. So it's funny. Ariana and Jordan both are texting right now, making fun of me and not Tell Me Why. But here's the thing, guys. It's not the only. This is not the end all be all. I get it. We're one of the only few states in the country that don't have a professional team. I get it. Arkansas, the Razorbacks are our team. Okay, I get it. But some of y'all take this to a whole new level. Whole new level. But we're gonna put a bow on football for right now, because on the other side of the break, we're gonna talk a little hog hoops. And I promise you, I'm no MC. His knowledge of basketball is far greater than anything I can offer you. But we're gonna have study hall on the other side of the break. You're listening to Inside the Hawg Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Back right after this.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design.
Hey, Hog fanatics. We at Inside the Hawg Pen are thrilled to announce that SeatGeek is now a sponsor. As brand ambassadors, we're excited to share that SeatGeek is a ticket app that simplifies the ticket buying process for all your favorite events. They provide a 0 to 10 score for each ticket, with green indicating a good deal and red indicating a not so good deal. As a special offer, Hog fanatics can get $20 off their first ticket purchase by using the code INSIDEHOGPEN. Check out our socials for the link, and remember to use the code INSIDEHOGPEN.
Yeah!
It's time to step back inside the Hawg Pen to the Mix Design Studios.
All right, welcome back to Inside the Hawg Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Getting you into the Christmas spirit, but it's been requested. I'm not going to sing the Tell Me Why thing because everybody thinks that's a joke, but I'm not going to do it because I can't sing. So, but it is time for the substitute teacher to step in, and let's talk a little hoops. You're muted, MC. He's so excited.
I'm
he's
so
muted.
damn excited. I forgot to unmute my mic. I have a river of Kool-Aid for basketball.
Yeah!
All right. I, of course, am not MC, but I will stand in. And I got to tell you this, the Michigan game, it got scary in the first half. I was getting ready to just, like, here we go again. This is Illinois all over again. But I will say this. The Michigan game was huge. It was a huge win on multiple layers because the Hogs, first off, the Hogs go 2-2 in this 4-game stretch with Baylor, Illinois, Miami, and Michigan. All right. When you're talking Power 5, not consecutive 4-game stretch. But you go 2-2 and you knock off a very talented Michigan team. Very talented Michigan team. And I'll be the first to say it. And here's the fun part. Nobody's here but me to make fun of me. So here we go. The team is actually coming together. The team is actually coming together. Brazil and Jonas Adu, they're a force when they're in the game together. If Brazil can keep his head on straight and not worry about the color of his hair or what color his fingernails are, but they've got athleticism, they've got length. I mean, what can you say? They're starting to find a rhythm. And Boogie Flan, this is Boogie Flan's team. All right, I'm just going to tell you that right now. All right, this is Boogie Flan's team. He is the leader. I've even heard now, again, from a leadership point, kind of how Devo was the leader of the teams during the Muss era. Boogie is this year's leader of this team. You can clearly see it. You can clearly see it. I mean, if you can't, you're not watching. And I don't even watch basketball all that religiously as much as MC does. But you got to enjoy him this year because he may not be back next year. He will probably be a lottery pick in the he'll probably be a lottery pick in the NBA draft come this next draft next year in 2025. Thiero had himself a Jordan flu game. I mean, this kid had the flu and he still got 13 points and 4 rebounds. I mean, if that doesn't scream effort, if that doesn't scream toughness, for all of you Kentucky fans watching, suck it. Calipari can coach because these guys are wanting to play for Calipari. They're wanting to play for this state. Football team, take notes. This is how you play for the fans. This is how you play as a freaking team. Wagner's the X factor when his shots are falling. Hands down. I think on many levels that it's not so much me ball like we've seen in years past. This is becoming more we ball. Okay? Because here's the thing. Most games are going to come down to 3 things. Rebounding, free throws, and turnovers. All right? You've got to win 2 out of 3 to have a chance in any game. Get this. The Razorbacks won in all 3 categories against that game against Michigan. Okay? They got all 3 categories. So it may not be as bad going into SEC play, in my opinion. And then, again, that's just the way I feel. That's just the way I feel. You know, if MC were here, he'd have a whole lot more to say. But now the tension, now the stress, now the worry of going into SEC play here in about a week or so, a couple of weeks, isn't as looming, isn't as doom and gloom as it was when we played, Illinois, when we played Baylor, because that's what these non-conference games are for. All these people saying, Calipari's washed up, they're Kentucky fans. I don't think any Arkansas fans turned on Calipari yet. If you have, you need to just, I don't condone that, but you need to go jump off a bridge because that's the dumbest thing ever to turn on a coach, 9-10 games into the season. They are in Little Rock, down here in Little Rock on Saturday playing UCA, I do believe. I think. I may be mistaken. I don't have the schedule there in front of me. But they're down here in Little Rock, Simmons Bank Arena. Unfortunately, none of my guys are going to make it. We all have scheduling conflicts and other priorities to do. But I will say this about the game against Michigan. Free throws are a big concern. Free throws. It seems like MC and I have this argument every year that these games come down to free throws. It's one of those, you can pick up on, like in football. It's the accuracy. It's we can move the ball, but you can't get in the end zone. Here's the thing. Free throws will win you games in the SEC. 63% is what we shot, and it's good that we shot 63%. Okay? But that ain't going to win you an SEC game. 70% or better at the charity stripe is what you want to look for. And unfortunately, I've been told a lot of people believe that this team is going to live and die by the three-point shot. And I hate that. I hate it. Give me the inside. Give me the paint. Get in the paint. Get in the lane. Drive to the basket. Because I won't lie. When this team gets, and this has been, Mike Anderson's team did this. Mike Anderson's team was the worst about it. My goodness. Eric Musselman's teams were bad about it. And I'll even go back, John Pelfrey, Stan Heath were bad about it. These teams get desperate. They start jacking up threes. Get back to the fundamentals. Play sound basketball just like we did against Miami. Just like we did against Miami. Just like we did against Michigan. Those were two huge monumental wins. Huge monumental wins. On many levels. But again, you can't win them all. Again, you can't win them all. They're not going to go undefeated in the SEC. They're going to lose some. They're going to get blown out. I hate to tell you, they're going to get blown out by a couple of teams. But that's the way you play the game. If they play to win, like they did against Miami, like they did against Michigan, and they don't play not to lose, you'd be surprised at what this team can do. But you're starting to see the cohesiveness, number one, that we never saw last year. I'm sorry. We never saw that last year. But you're starting to see the cohesiveness early. And that's a good sign when it comes early. Because that means by the time SEC play gets here, we're going to have some battles. It's not going to, I don't think, but again, I'm not MC, the genius of basketball. I'm the football guy. I don't think we're going to go to see the trend of the last 5 years where we're 0-2, 0-3, 0-5 in SEC play. And then when the motor starts running and then the wheels start turning. I really think this team is starting to come together and the consistency is going to be there. The cohesiveness is going to be there. It's more we ball than me ball. But MC will have more next week when he comes back to Inside the Hawg Pen. But we're going to take one last break. On the other side of the break, it's everybody's favorite segment. It's Hog Tui, y'all. Right here on Inside the Hawg Pen. Back right after this.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design.
Hey, Hog Fanatics. We at Inside the Hawg Pen are thrilled to announce that SeatGeek is now a sponsor. As brand ambassadors, we're excited to share that SeatGeek is a ticket app that simplifies the ticket buying process for all your favorite events. They provide a 0 to 10 score for each ticket, with green indicating a good deal and red indicating a not so good deal. As a special offer, Hog Fanatics can get $20 off their first ticket purchase by using the code Inside Hawg Pen. Check out our socials for the link, and remember to use the code Inside Hawg Pen.
Yeah!
It's time to step back inside the Hog Pen to the Meeks Design Studios.
You just got to spit on that thing. So
I know you did not just, oh my God.
It's time to haul to it, y'all.
All right. Welcome back to Inside the Hog Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. They've left me alone in the pen. This is dangerous during Hog Tour, but for the first time in almost 4 years, I am solo and I have become unhinged in the pen tonight. We're going to start out with Casey Sutton, royalty, one half of the royalty. She says, how long do you think it'll take Coach Cal to get us to the big dance? I think you'll make it this year. Now, how deep? I don't know. But I do think we'll make the tournament this year. I do. I'll say anywhere between 8 and 10 seed, maybe. I don't think we'll be lower than a 10 seed. Chris Shaw says, Gents, how we doing? Gents, D-Mad was here. He's having computer issues, but they've left me unhinged in the pen tonight. Other half of royalty, Mama Linda. Good evening, ITHP. Been missing you, but I'm back. I want to wish you guys and all of your followers a very merry and blessed Christmas. Merry Christmas, Mama Linda. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Our boy Josh Wilbanks says, the way we're going, we got a quarterback and a running back for the bowl game. We don't even have a running back. We don't even have a running back. Braylon Russell can't decide if he's going to stay or go, and Jaquindon Jackson done declared for the draft. So, I mean, there you have it. This is not easy to do with one person, I'm telling you. Jesse the Beard says Cam Rising is still playing. Graduated high school the same year as Trevor Lawrence. Good God, Cam Rising is still playing football? Is he still at Utah? What is this, like his 8th? Let's see. Lawrence has been in the league, what, two years? Almost 3 now? Good Lord, man. That's what I'm talking about. Brandon Laughlin says, I'm going to go play NCAA tonight to blow off some steam. Hogs by 200. I mean, hey, that's what matters, man. That's where it counts. I've yet to update my system, so I'm missing out on all the NCAA stuff. Sam Jones says, we need to start asking for a Carfax report on our portal acquisitions. Kick the tires a bit. Isn't that what practice is for? I mean, I'm no expert, but isn't that what practice is for? I'm just saying. Stevie G from our YouTube live fan feedback, from the Cam Productions live fan feedback on YouTube, says, I feel your pain. May the portal fix both our teams. Go Sooners and Razorbacks. Portal is just wrecking both of our teams. Here's the thing. The Sooners got hit by the injury bug this year. I think y'all will bounce back fine. I don't think the portal is going to hurt you at all. And then Sam Jones once again says, I don't care for Pittman, but in fairness, he by no means can tip his hands that he's going to chase certain players off before he does so. Does your job tell you weeks ahead that you're laid off? I mean, they might. Just depends on the job. Some jobs don't even tell you. You just come in and you're done. So there's that. But that is a good point. Casey Sutton, any truth Hunter wanting to jump ship too? Like I said, like we talked about earlier in the show, there were rumblings of it, and it's entirely possible. It's entirely possible, but it like I said, I'll believe it when I see it. Sam Jones says, Zach, you're not a fan because it stands for Forget Arkansas Naysayers. Anytime someone says you're not a fan, then you need to drop your link on them. See what you did there. Brandon Laughlin says, how many games do you think they can play together like they did against Michigan? Honestly, I mean, if they stay consistent, why not all of them? Again, I'm no expert. I'm just a fan. All right. I'm just a fan. And I'll ask MC next week what he thinks. But why not? Whoa, holy crap.
I think
Here's thin air.
Not working.
DMAD coming in clutch right in the final seconds.
Whole complex went down on the Wi-Fi.
Oh, great. So Brandon Laughlin's got a question, and I mean, the obvious answer would be all of them. But what's your take on this, D-Man? How many games do you think they can play together like they did against Michigan?
Well, I mean, you can definitely see them starting to gel a little bit more, and this goes back to me and MC's trip to Hot Springs to go watch the practice. I mean,
right
when they were running 5-on-5, it was 4 scholarship players against 5 GAs. Well, 4 GAs and then 1 walk-on.
Right.
And so I think they had one of the, let's just call them outside the top 9 players running the 5-on-5 too. So they didn't really have like a lot of chemistry. Like you can see their chemistry starting to slowly grow, and they haven't played with each other. And so they're having to learn on the fly right now. And that's going to happen whenever you run into teams like Illinois that can just shoot the lights out of a gym.
God, man, they could not miss. Illinois could not miss.
And I think our 3-point defense hasn't been that great this year. It's got to get a little bit better. And if we go into Alabama not having a very good 3-point defense, they're going to run us out the gym too. Maybe not like they did with Muss, but that I just wanted a cheap shot at Muss real quick. But
36 points, dude. 36 points. That's all he could muster.
And it was like 100 points for them, maybe 90. Yeah. But I don't know. You can tell this team's really gelling. They're starting to gel a little bit. They've got to get healthy and stay healthy. I mean, you can't have someone turn an ankle at a practice and be out for 3 games. It's not going to help. And going into Tennessee is not going to be fun either.
Right. The Beard says, how about TB4? Dude had a hell of a game. He really did.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like the Trevin Brazil that he was before he tore his ACL last
I think he's having to learn a new role. In the Muss system, he was trying to be a slashing, like, I'm going to call it 3.5, between a 3 and a 4.
Right.
And now they're trying to transition him more to like the traditional 4 and kind of get closer to what Anthony Davis plays. You know, he's trying to be above the rim and ball handle and be able to block shots.
The one thing I'm seeing out of this team that I haven't seen out of, and again, we've got to stop making the benchmark comparison from the previous year's teams, because it's just, they're not the same. Okay. Same with football, same with baseball. But one thing I haven't seen historically the last decade or so is these guys are starting to find their role, their specific role. And they're not trying to be the superstar. They're not trying to be the LeBron James. They're starting to be like, the 96 Bulls.
It's falling into it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can tell, like, DJ Wagner was really highly regarded coming out of high school. He's still trying to figure out what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
He had all last year, and he still hasn't been able to find exactly where his foothold is. We have a really young team for a Coach Cal team, it's not very young, but for a general college basketball team, we have a young team that's got to be able to figure it out. Adu, he's coming back into the mix too now. And so we
talked about that during study hall.
Yeah. And he's getting his footing in now. And MC texted me, I've been asleep all week, so I got the last 5 minutes of the basketball game this week. MC texted me after the game and said it seemed like Adu had 15 rebounds.
Boy,
And-
let me tell you, these last 2 games, we've had to check on MC because he's about died during both of them.
I'm going to keep my comment on what I've said to him to myself.
One of these days, we're gonna do a YouTube exclusive where you can only find it on YouTube. We're gonna do a watch along for a basketball game, and y'all are gonna see just what we deal with when basketball does what basketball does, and how MC really is. But James Harris Smith Chef Services comes in and says, "Go Navy, fear the bones, beat Army." No, sir. No, sir. No, definitely not. The Commander's Trophy is ours. It belongs to the Army. Go Army, beat Navy. It is officially Army or Navy Hate Week for us Army folk. Wise Man Loki says, Zach, you aren't a real fan because you hate Pittman and support losing. Guess what? I guess I do too. I don't hate Pittman and I don't support losing. I just think that, and I'm going to coin the phrase that is so cliche, but we can do so much better. We were meant for greater things, man. I mean, it's like paying a bill. Do you want to get patted on the back every time you pay a light bill? No. Why? Because you're supposed to do it.
I kind of put it into baseball terms. Like, we're not expecting home runs. We're not. We're not expecting triples. Well, no, we kind of expect doubles. You know, we got like hitting the ball. We'll put up with the occasional like single and the occasional. Small ball.
Just play small ball. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, like we'll put up with the occasional like strikeout. But if you keep on striking out and grounding out and missing and just having all these problems, you're going to run into some backlash with Arkansas faithful because we believe that we deserve to be a double hitting team.
Well, but I mean, there's so many analogies that we can use. But I stop the press. I want whatever Brandon Laughlin's drinking tonight because he thinks Arkansas is going to be bowl eligible and go 7-5 next year.
I'm going to pull up the schedule again.
I got it right here. You ready?
Okay.
At home to start the season, Alabama A&M.
Okay.
Little Rock, Arkansas State.
Okay.
At Oxford for Ole Miss. At Memphis. At home against Notre Dame. At Knoxville. A&M, Auburn, Mississippi State. At LSU, at Texas, and home to end the season against Missouri.
I got us around 6-6 again. 6-6.
What are y'all smoking?
4 to 6 wins is where I got us right now.
I ain't talking to you because for the first 6 weeks of the damn season, you were unlivable. We could not stand you for the first 6 weeks of the season.
Just think if we had Oklahoma. That pisses me off. Oklahoma State.
Dylan has become unhinged to the point he's developing Tourette's. Can y'all tell? No, I'm not. Wait. Okay. Disclaimer: I am not picking on, nor am I trying to offend anyone with the Tourette's syndrome. So please don't bring me the smoke on that.
Dylan, shut up. Shut up, Dylan. Shut up. Okay. Sorry. A lot of comments wanted to fly out of the mouth at that point, but I'm having to
He's
work
still
on
learning
myself.
to censor himself, folks.
It is 2024, and I'm still learning.
It's okay. We understand. Mama Linda says, and our final comment on Hog Tour tonight says, from what I've seen, we still need to work on defending those 3-point shots. Too many unguarded open shots.
Great minds think alike, Miss Mama Linda.
You are absolutely right. I was going to mention that too. But that's going to do it for Hog Tour. Final thoughts before we get out of here, D-Matt. I know you were gone for most of the second half of the show, but
for one, Lindsay management is the worst. That is one of my final thoughts. And for two, I think this football program is in a good direction. I do not feel like we are going to lose at any point. And I am very happy with Hunter Yurachek and Sam Pittman. Yeah. That's my final thought.
Louder. He was reading from a cue card. He was it was held against its will.
This is not being filmed in Iraq, if y'all had any idea.
Easy there, buddy. Oh, man. Hey, big shout out, by the way. Big shout out to our very own Savage Sarah. 4.0 GPA in her master's semester. She's doing master's classes for her master's.
Shout out to you.
So big props to her. All right, everybody take a breath. Everybody take a cold drink or whatever you're drinking tonight. But is the Arkansas game being streamed from Simmons Bank Arena this weekend?
I wish I knew. Hold on 1 second, and I'll figure that out.
But
I probably should have had that prepared.
Y'all be safe this weekend. Don't do anything stupid. And as my NCO used to say, don't add to or take from the population, and don't cook bacon naked.
It's going to be streamed on SEC Network Plus and ESPN Plus at 3 o'clock Saturday.
Okay. All right. SEC Plus is the ESPN app. So you don't have to listen, for everybody that's fixing to post, where's the game? Can we watch the game? Here's the game. Can we watch the game? SEC Plus, log into your ESPN app. In the middle, down at the very bottom of your screen, in the very middle, it says watch. It's a big triangle. All right. Click that button. Sign in with your satellite, cable, or TV provider, whether it be YouTube, DirecTV, Dish, AT&T, whatever. Sign in. You'll be able to watch the game. Or download the Arkansas Razorback app and listen to Chuck and Coach Z.
ESPN Plus is $11 at the end of the day. I mean, it's $11.
So,
or we might find a way of streaming it. We might find it somewhere on like Twitter or something. I don't know who would say that, but if the demand comes for it, I feel like the Sideline Radio Network Twitter page would be able to help out.
You would.
Hey man, I gotta get into baseball season mode.
All right. MMC's back next week. And we are 1 week closer to Christmas. In fact, I think Christmas is next week. Nope, we got one more week and then Christmas is here. We don't know what we're doing for Christmas yet. There will not be a show on the 26th. There will not be a live show on the 26th. We'll figure out something so you guys won't have to go without us for a full week. But for Dylan Madden, I'm Razorback Zach. You have been listening to an all-new episode of Inside the Hawg Pen. Until next time, so long, everybody.
Thanks for watching this episode of Inside the Hawg Pen. Listen anytime on your favorite podcast provider, and be sure to follow us on all our social network channels.